Oh, man. Not sure how well you can see me, but I'm currently out for my early morning walk, which I do a handful of times a week. It's actually snowing. It's kind of stopped, but it was getting quite thick a minute ago. I don't think we're going to have snow today though. Anyway, it's good. About a mile and a half. Oh, and I'm listening to the Delicious Brainwaves podcast, new podcast by Delicious Brains. So I came in this morning and my heating wasn't working again, and I was like, oh, I thought I'd fix this. So I had a look at all my automations in Home Assistant, and these are all the different ones I have. So you can see here, these are for my Nissan Leaf for doing various like charging stuff. But you can see these ones here, office heating, weekdays, non-working hours, off, as in, you know, overnight, you know, from say 4:30 all the way through to about 7:30, they're off. So it's like, it's just all the changes, basically the on and off states for all of these. And the weekdays one, working hours, if we go to edit that one, you'll see there is office heating weekdays on. If my little DHT22, which is a temperature humidity sensor, is attached, which is attached to my Raspberry Pi running Home Assistant, if that's below 18.7, it should switch on. And I had it set to, it basically has to take the state. Now, if you don't have this, it has degrees Celsius, and of course it doesn't understand what degrees Celsius is. It needs just a floating point value. So you have to set it to float. That's what this little value template does. And I had missed off this part, if the float is less than 18.7, so I wasn't kind of setting the float. So if it's less than 18.7 for 5 minutes, then it should go ahead and switch on. You can see there, it's conditional, it's based on time. If it's between 7:30 and 4:30 throughout the week. And what I'm going to do now as well is add in another condition where only do this if the heater is already off. Otherwise, it's just going to trigger this every time it needs to, even though the heater might already be off. So I'm going to do that now. I'm a massive fan of instant coffee, but this one does seem to be one of the better tasting ones.
Had a load of storage boxes for the loft. They're given these enormous boxes. Of course, they won't take that when they come to do the recycling, so I've got to break it down. I can't be bothered to get a knife. So I'm just taking out some anchor.
I'm not angry, by the way, but if I was, that would be a really good way of getting rid of it. Terrifying moment there. Went into the house, my wife couldn't log into her computer, internet had gone down to pre-broadband speeds, like being back on CompuServe. Quick reset of the modem and all is well again, thank goodness. Can't have that, can't have that. A meeting in the dining room.
Do you mind if I sit down?
So we're watching Revolting Rhymes. I've just come in for lunch, but not before getting highly frustrated because my heater still isn't working and I haven't worked out what the problem is. I'm doing something different now, but ultimately it's a bit of a guessing game. Just trying to get the right triggers and settings and timings to get it actually to turn on and off when it reaches a certain temperature between a set of times during the day. It's a nightmare. If you have a sore back and you sit at a desk and do a lot of work, I highly recommend one of these. It's a roller thing. This is a trigger point roller. It's really solid and you can just kind of roll back and forward it on the floor and it just kind of just softens everything in your back and like just stretches it out for you.
and it's bliss. So like I was getting a really uncomfortable back, just do that for a couple of minutes on the floor, and yeah, it's like backache just kind of goes away. Well, at least it does for me anyway. Yeah, highly recommended thing to have in your office. Yes, my heater is now working after fiddling. I'm using a template instead, so you can see it here triggering, and then triggering off, what's that, 6-7 minutes later. So yeah, so that's great. I am delighted with that. Hooray, progress. This is just showing you where I'm up to. Yesterday was kind of fiddling with the logo and stuff. You can see I finished that now, and I've been redoing the better notifications for WP website. I'm really pleased with this section. I've kind of just got it more or less how I want it at the moment. It'll probably change, but you know, for now I'm really pleased with it. And it's got this lovely gradient going on as well. This is actually kind of a very light blue. It's difficult to see on the camera, but it's somewhat inspired by my love of evening skies, kind of like peaches and cream kind of gradient. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. And it's nice to have a little bit of kind of something I like in the design as well. And that's something I want to do for a while. So yeah, really pleased with that. On the other side of my screen, I'm listening to the new Com Truise album, which is good. It's just a good album, very easy to listen to whilst doing this kind of work. It's typical, isn't it? You just go to finish for the day and you check your email and you've got all of the emails. Like, it's Wednesday, the 6th of Jan, and people decided, I won't email him on Monday because I know he's not there. I won't email him on Tuesday because I know it's his first day back, but on Wednesday we're going to hit him hard. Thanks. By the way, I don't have my email open all the time. I only open it every once in a while, so then I can focus on what I'm doing and I'm not distracted by things coming in and going. It's something I started last year, and I wouldn't give that up for the world. If you don't do that, try it. This might be sacrilege, I don't know, but I'm doing a dry January, and I got given this, my wife got me this for Christmas, which is really nice, and I'm just having it with a lemonade, Sprite in this case. Yeah, it's nice, it's really nice, and it certainly helps, certainly towards like middle end of the week where you just want kind of like a gin and tonic or a beer or something like that. This is just quite a nice thing just to kind of relax to after work. So I've been trying to play with my lights as I got them working yesterday, and this is where they're colour cycling through sort of purples and reds. It's meant to be romantic, but it sort of suggests brothel to me for some reason. I think I'll just change them back to like a warm white. Yeah. You right? You right for this?
Hello.
Tired? You look tired. I mean, your eyes are half shut. Oh, his food's just gone off. No, still looks tired.
The cool guys. What will be called the Sonics?
Yeah, please do that one.
Kids go first.
Just sat down to edit this video. Thought I'd mention that on the TV was At Home with the Buckleys. So it's James Buckley from The Inbetweeners. Don't know why, it was one of those YouTube algorithm things that it just popped up and suggests that I watch it. I think it's because I've watched his like Completed It Mate YouTube channel before, which can be quite entertaining. And yeah, so we thought we'd check it out. It's quite good fun. Yeah, it's been an all right day. It's been really bitty. There's no, the last 2 days I've done plenty of work, but there's just been no like
consistency. There's been no routine to the whole thing. It's just been kind of like survival, I guess. You know, having a 5-year-old at home, having my wife work from home. I'm always working from home, making it all work, making sure we get out like for a walk or something. My wife took my daughter out on her bike after lunch. Yeah, it's like a different normal again. It's completely different to the last lockdown and the one before that. And it's just strange, but we're getting through it. I thought today was good. Today was, I would say, just as good as yesterday. So that's something. Anyway, good night.